I recently survived 100 days in original Skyblock, where I unlocked all of the islands and made many farms to give me all of the materials I would need to progress. Now it is time to get to 200 days, where I will farm things like ice and slime, make a ginormous gold farm, and begin my giant storage room. I can't look at my world and believe that it started from nothing but just 3 islands floating in the sky. Here we are back on 101 days. First on that agenda is to expand this farm. So I'm going to build this out by 4 more blocks. Can't forget about breeding these pigs. Now I'm just going to mine cobblestone for a little bit. Now it is time to make an auto piglin farm. All I need is a hopper and just a bit of glass and blocks. And I'll change this to be a hopper, put glass all around the cage. Then I guess I can just place some glass on the top too. Then I think if I place it through the wall like this, I guess not. Oh, yeah. Okay, it worked. I'll place a slab on top of it so it can still open. And then yeah, now everything will automatically collect. So yeah, I can just put it like this, dump a bunch of gold, and then he shall barter all of it. My goodness, he bartered a dried gas. Sure, that could be useful for a couple of things. Now it's time to get a load of bone meal, and then get a bunch of bread. You know what, I want to do something about this. So I'm going to craft some slabs, make slabs from here, going all the way back there. Now I can place redstone all along here, but then I'm going to need some repeaters for this. I think I need a sticky piston for this, but I do not have any slime balls. So that means that we're going to have to get creative, which means that I shall need more pistons. Unfortunately, that's all of the redstone that I have. Now the mob farm has been turned back on, and witches should now fall. But now I can place 2 beds over here. Once day comes, I shall breed these 2. Now I can breed these 2 guys. I definitely will need a better way to get redstone at some point. They're exchanging bread. Oh my goodness. He's escaping. Wait, no, stop. Get in. Get back in. Oh my goodness. So I need to find a way to make these fire. Like, be fired when that lever is not on. But the thing is, I am stupid, so I don't know how to do that. What about that? Okay, that fires them. Okay, no. Did not work. Maybe it's a redstone torch I need? You know what, I'll just leave that for now. Once again, I shall expand this lava farm. It's time to work on these guys again. Put this bed over here, and then sleep through the night. And give them more bread, and they can hopefully now make a child. Okay, that was not enough, so I've got to do this some more. And now I'm going to build an ice farm. And to do that, I need to find a snowy biome. The thing is, I don't know if they can generate. I don't know if all the biomes are the same. So I'm going to open up a different Skyblock world using the same download and see if I can find any snowy biomes. So I'm on a separate world right now, and you can see Minecraft taiga biome up there. And yeah, so I'll go here on the main Skyblock world, and then just build the farm. Then now I can start bridging to those coordinates. Okay, we made it to the taiga biome. Now I'm gonna have to build up about 100 blocks. I can start by making a giant platform for the ice. Then I can make walls around the platform. Now I think if I waterlog these leaves, oh dear, some of this is a forest. That's not good. I guess it turns out I was right on the border of it. That's why you always double check, kids. Oh, it's working. Look at that, it's working. But that was only phase 1 of the plan. So first I need these 2 idiots to breed. So I'm gonna make a bunch more beds, which means that I need to get gold. Oh goodness. We've got a situation. You are not supposed to be able to do that. Oh my goodness. I landed on the beds, but I'm stuck. Okay. Okay. I am a new person that is not the one that killed you before. Since when do iron golems drop XP? Oh wait, that was my XP. Time for me to use this once more. Okay, I wasn't recording because I was at the gold farm, and I'll explain all of that later, but we've got a bit of a situation. A creeper exploded and caused some destruction. I have to fix that. But yeah, I traded about 50 to 60 gold, and I got absolutely no string from that, which is just amazing. Now that that situation is dealt with, I can finally go and make another bed, like I've been wanting to this whole time. Now hopefully they can make children. But I finally got another villager. It was a bit of a struggle. I found out the problem, but at the cost of my iron farm. I think I just need to close the trapdoors. and I'll check this out later. So what I need from this guy is Silk Touch. I guess they can only take jobs during the day, so that's another day that we have lost, where I can't do stuff. Okay, the iron farm is up and running again. 160 left turns later, I finally got Silk Touch. Once I get a bunch of ice, the first thing I'm going to invest it in is making an ice boat track over here. And yeah, there we go. Ice will never replace these slabs, so that means that this is essentially automatic, kind of. Look at all of this glorious, glorious glass. And all of that for 24 packed ice. This might take a while. And now I can build a snow golem. Just gotta shear it. And yeah, there we go. And then I can just sit here doing this. And yeah, I've got snow, I guess. 12 days later, I've got a lot of ice. Now I can craft up a load of packed ice. It did make this hopper system over here, but it's basically useless. I also got depth strider boots, so I can use that. You know, if I want to make giant ice boat tracks everywhere, this farm, it's not gonna cut it. I've only got like 2 stacks from all of this, and I AFK'd for like 12 days. I really don't understand why I thought an 11 by 11 square would be good enough. I'm gonna have to start with removing all of this water, and then I can just start making a giant platform. Now it is time to make the water system. I just have to place a load of water on the slabs. So you know what, I'll sit here for a few minutes and see how much I get. This is all of the ice from a single day of AFK, so let's see how much it is. This was all from a couple of minutes of AFK. I got like half that much from like 12 days. Already a stack in just a few minutes. And now it is time. I'm just gonna replace everything with ice. How on earth was that not enough ice? I'm gonna have to AFK here for years. You know what, let's try how it works. Oh my goodness. This is really scary. Stop. Oh my goodness, that was terrifying. I've been here for long enough. Can't spend the entire 100 days doing this. You know what, this is good enough. And now it is time to deal with something I should have dealt with a long time ago. It's not very organized anymore, so I need to fix that. First I've got to mine a little bit of wood, and I'm going to build an automatic item sorter. This will require a lot of redstone. So I'm going to start with this by making this a little bit more efficient. There we go, now it's a little bit more efficient and saves a bunch of redstone. Unfortunately, I will have to say goodbye to this beautiful house. And basically, I'll just have to repeat that like 1,000 times. Oh my goodness, why is an iron golem over there? Okay, yeah, I completely forgot to remove all of these blocks. But I'll have to get another villager later. And now I'm going to have to make a stone farm. Not cobblestone, just regular stone. So I don't want to have to smelt a bunch of cobblestone whenever I need regular stone. I mean, this is pretty much like every single cobblestone farm ever, so it's a lot better than the cobblestone generator. Yeah, this takes a lot of redstone. I've decided that I'm going to use rotten flesh because I just don't have a use for it. So you know what, this one can be for ores. So I'm going to put... Oh wait, something isn't working. There we go, now it all works perfectly. I used a slab instead of a full block, so that's why it didn't work. And I can just put a bunch of these. I think I can only sort one item at a time. Yeah, so if I put it like that, it works well. But then, if I replace it with something else, yeah, see, it takes away from that. So yeah, that means we can only sort one item per thing, which kinda sucks. We have a bit of a problem. I ran out of redstone. And it's not like I can just go and, you know, mine some. I have to get them from witches, which are like 2% of mobs. But on the bright side, I got a librarian. And now I think it is the perfect time to get more grass. Now I'm just going to place all this dirt, and then I'll just have to turn it to normal dirt, and it'll spread with the grass. Why is it thundering again? I'm just going to sleep through this. I don't like thunderstorms. I'm too scared that one of my villagers is going to get struck by lightning. You know what? Now I'm going to try to make my piglin farm completely auto. So they all go over here, but sometimes they can get stuck like that. So I'm going to have to make some modifications. To make this thing auto, I'm going to have to make it 1 block. So let's see, do they filter down? Yeah. It doesn't work super well. Yeah, they just fight each other too much. Oh my goodness, how can they hit me? Goodness, yeah. I need that one with the spear to die. So I'm thinking if I just shove a bunch of minecarts, will they all die? So if I'm going to be right up about at the top when I'm AFKing, I need an easier way for them to get like in there. Yeah, see, they kind of just like clump there a little bit. Yeah, when it comes down to the last few, they don't really work out that well. But as more do spawn, I think it kind of works. So I have to kill these remaining few. And then I can add the chest here. I have to place all of these minecarts. Yeah, now all of the minecarts have fallen. Now I guess I can test how the auto-ness. Wait, I almost forgot. I have to fix all of this. Alright, so let's see how it works. They all... Oh my goodness. Why is there a ghast? I just noticed that. Hey, why don't you fall in the 1x1 hole? So I'll just sit here for a little bit and just see how much stuff I can get. Eventually I do want to find a way to make a magma cube farm, so I can make all of that magma blocks and then no regular piglins can spawn. Look at that, almost a stack of gold nuggets. That was only like a minute of AFK, so you know what? I'm gonna sit here for about 5 minutes and see how much I get. So I'm just gonna have to go home really quick to make a little AFK chamber. But you know what? I think that this guy, he shall be, how about looting? It's got blast protection 3. Now each of them have their own workstations, and so can this guy. Alright, I've got the book. I just need to get a book. And there we go, looting 3. But I'm going to need a lot of emeralds for this next thing because I have to buy a diamond sword. Then now I can buy this sword and then put looting on it. I don't think I have my depth strider boots anymore. I think those broke, or I died at some point. So now let's go back to AFKing at the gold. I can finally change all of this to be glass at last. So I'll make a little AFK house over here. So I'm just gonna sit here for a while and just see how much gold I can get. So let's see how much is. Oh my goodness, almost a stack of gold. Let's barter with this guy and see what I get. Alright, I've got a lot more loot, which means it is now time to make this platform even bigger. Got a bunch more dirt now, but I'm not going to place it down yet. And now I have to move this thing, like there. Now all of these villagers must be transported, I guess. I'm going to enclose them right here, yeah. Actually, man, you know what? I think I might be a genius. What if I just isolate 2 of them? And then just use those beds to get more villagers. So now these guys are farther away. Now hopefully they shouldn't claim the beds. Now the reason I move them is because every time I want to make a new villager, my iron farm would break because I would have to break all the beds over there. So if there's a village that's like far away but they're not too close, they don't breed or something. I'm gonna see if this fixes that. Alright, I got a bunch of bread. I just had to wait for day. And I didn't feel like sleeping, so I decided to just use that time to AFK at the gold farm. And now it's raining. Great. A zombified pigman, and it's a thunderstorm. Why is there a zombie pigman here? Get out. Oh my goodness. Why is there another zombified pigman? Oh my goodness. I couldn't hit him through the portal. What is this? Anyway, now let's trade with this guy a little bit. And hopefully he will breed. My goodness, what is happening? Are they breeding? I can't tell. There's a trader. Oh, cherry things. Hold on, I can get a new type of wood. It's nice. And pale oak. Oh my goodness. Cherry sapling and pale oak sapling. I'm gonna put them farther away so that more leaves can generate, and hopefully I can get more saplings then. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try something because that armorer always takes food. What if I try to make these guys breed? What? Went through like a stack of bone meal and it didn't work. Oh wait a minute, you need 4 saplings to grow. Bro, how do you feed these guys? Alright, there we go. Now it should work. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Alright, we got it. I'm just gonna have to hope that I get enough saplings back. Now let's try with these guys. But do they not want food? You know what? I've heard that if they don't have a profession, it's easier for them to pick up food. So I'm gonna try and trade each of them once again, and then just see if that works. Dude, why won't these guys breed? Finally got a child. I don't know why. I think those villagers are just broken. Like genuinely, I think there's something wrong with them. So you know what? This might get me some bad trades, but I'm just gonna slap every single one of them. I think that they all deserve it. To be honest, I don't know why that one worked, because there isn't enough beds, but like, goodness, Java baby villagers are so cute. Yeah, I want this guy to be my child. And look at that, they made everything more expensive. Never screw you guys. I'm just so angry. I'm just gonna kill this pig. And now it is time to get some drowns. So I think if I place water over there, they should maybe turn to drowns. Okay, there we go. So if I use a looting sword, could they maybe drop some copper? So yeah, let's guess, see how that works. But I'm just gonna let this run for a while. No, oh my goodness. No, what are you doing? Go back. There. Okay, crisis averted. Alright, so let's see. Any more copper? Alright, I got one more ingot. So I'm just gonna make a lightning rod with these two. Honestly, I don't know what I can even do with it. But now I have to find all of my magma cream. So I've got enough to make 7 magma blocks. Now the reason that I need these is because I want to make a slime farm. And to do that, I'm going to have to resort to external uses. There's no way to find a slime chunk, like without using a seed map. So I'll go do that. Okay, so I got the slime chunk. I just need to get a couple of blocks. Now I'm gonna have to go to the coordinates that it was at. Then now I'm gonna have to bridge down a bit. Now I just have to make a couple of ladders. Now I'm just gonna have to make some platform for all the slimes to spawn. I can already see slimes spawning. I'm just gonna have to add some light sources around, just so that during the night, mobs don't spawn. So I can make the AFK platform up here. All of my slime problems will be over, even though I did not have it. But unfortunately, I'm gonna need a lot more magma blocks. I only have 7 right now, and I need, I think, 16 to do this. Sacrifice. As you can see, this is pretty much all just full of stuff. That's how much I got from this. Now I've got exactly enough to make 16 magma blocks. Now, time to make this farm completely auto. I'm gonna have to go back to the ice farm. Then I can take all of the rails and torches. Tried to make an automatic collection system, but did not work out very well. Then in 4 blocks in each direction, I have to break those blocks. This is to make the collection system. And now I have to build a platform 2 blocks below that. Then I'm gonna have to mine up all of these blocks and then place the slabs right underneath them. And then now I'm gonna build out over here to make the little collection platform. I need to get a little bit more blocks. So right here will be the chest, and then the hopper will go into it. I made this little thing, so hopefully it works well. And then now I just have to add all the redstone torches below everything. Now I just have to place all the rails back. Moment of truth. Does it work? Alright, yeah. Yeah, there we go, it works. Then I can fill all of this back in. Then I just have to place some fences. So I've got to change all of this to be magma blocks. Then I have to summon an iron golem over here. Then I just have to add these, like as walls, just so that none of the slimes, like, jump out. So you know what? Let's see how this works. You know what? Why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Or 2 phantoms with 1 arrow, like the achievement. I shall take this guy here. So I'm thinking while that runs in the background, I can try to get the next book that I need. Oh my goodness. No, stop. No, where are you going? What are you doing? Come on, man, why aren't you taking the job? Oh, I got it. Okay. Okay, there we go, we got it. Okay, these guys. Oh my goodness. Get back in there. You. Get back in there. I don't even like these guys at all. They're just annoying at this point. Sir, come on. Please take the job. Where is he going? Or maybe I just have to break all workstations. I think he's trying to go something else, but it's just not working, so that's probably why. He was just trying to go to every other job site block that there was. Alright, come on, man. Okay. There we go. Yeah. So that's all that was. Alright, I've got to mending. I've got to all the stuff I need to buy it. So yeah. I say 22 emeralds. Pretty good. And then now I can finally put this on my pickaxe. But I just want to see how much slime I got, because I was there for like 5-10 minutes. I'd say that's pretty good. I also do have 2 stacks of gold from all of that. all the AFK for being the magma blocks, so you know, while I'm here, I might as well just turn some of these mobs into drones. There we go, another copper ingot. Why is it a thunderstorm again? Everything is fully repaired, so now I'm just going to mine a little bit of cobblestone. I'm going to expand this platform so I can get even more gold. So first I'm just going to have to move the bartering farm a bit. I do want to trap another piggy in here, so I'm going to go and do that. Okay, I got one. Should we go for a third one? I've now got like 5 of them successfully trapped. So while they do that, I shall expand this platform. So I guess all there is to do now is just to wait. So you know what, with this gravel, I think I should duplicate some dirt. Now I've got tons of coarse dirt. Look at all that slime. Go attack the iron golem, go to your death. Oh my goodness. Scared me for a second. Alright guys, nap time's over. Oh, forgot about the monsters nearby. It's okay, day's gonna come in like 2 seconds. Alright guys, take the food. Look at that reproduction at its finest.
Oh, wait a minute, there's sheep over there. I need sheep.
Yes, alright guys, come. Come over here. Stop eating, come over here. I'm gonna put them all in here for now. I'm just gonna use this coarse dirt to build. Look at that, bunch of babies. If I just feed the children, do they just grow up? Okay, I guess not. Now I think it is time that I build the proper pen. So I'll put the pen tag right over here. Okay, I've got a sort of design going on here. Alright guys, come this way to your new home. And now I have to gather up the 15 pigs that are just scattered around everywhere. Now I think it is time I do something about this terrible house. I'm tearing this down in the name of something better. Something way better. And then now I have to mine a bunch of stone. And now let's get to work. I'm gonna have to tear apart this item sorter because I've decided that like pretty much all of my other bases, this is going to be almost completely underground. What abomination did I just create with the water? I've got this little framework thing done. Now I'm just gonna try to make some sort of castle-like thing. Unfortunately, it is not even, so I just have this. Now I need to get rid of all of these. This right here is the center. I'm gonna make a staircase that goes down. Pretty much just steal the design from one of my other series. So I'm gonna use blackstone as the floor. First I have to remove this entire floor. I've used up all my blackstone and made this thing right here. I'd say it looks pretty good. So all the way down here, this will be where the item sorter will be. Now if I do want to complete this, it's gonna take a lot of blackstone, which means that I need to spend some time AFKing at the gold farm. Okay, I've treated like a stack of gold and I got 9 blackstone. It's not that good. And now I need to buy a load of glass. Now I'm gonna grab a bunch of cobblestone slabs and just a bit of grass. Now I'm going to try to make every single dye that I can. Now the only dye that I think I need now is brown dye, but I cannot get it because there are no cocoa beans. Now I'm gonna have to lead 16 sheep from out of their pen. So how about right over here is where I will build the automatic sheep farm. I may have to say goodbye to this beautiful contraption. Now that this is all grass and dirt, I can start bringing all of these sheep. And now time to dye all of them. Now this right here, he has to be a brown sheep, but I don't have any brown dye. Unfortunately, I can only make 1 auto, which kinda sucks because I need a lot of observers. I've got this simple little redstone contraption. All I need is this. Some of this has been destroyed, and this looks really ugly. So that means I'm gonna tear all of this down. I'm also gonna get rid of this stone platform because it's just ugly. You know what? This entire world is ugly. I need to fix that. So first, I think I just need to get rid of this little fishing pool. Then, since this is the infinite lava source, I'm going to put the infinite water source over here, which means I have to move the snow golem farm. And just in case it rains, I'm going to put them under a roof. Then I can get rid of this random structure. I'm trying to think where I could put this cobblestone generator. Now I've got a new and improved cobblestone generator. Now I think I should even this out a little bit. Now it is finally time for one of the villagers to get a job. Oh my goodness. Hold on, are all of these hoppers full also? Yep. Every single one of them. So you know what? I'm just gonna make a bunch of stacks of slime blocks. So I'm sure I could use those for something. I have now got a loom block. So you know what? This guy can stay here if he wants. My goodness, 18 gray wool. Wait. I can make money with that. I'm gonna re-roll this guy's trade until I get white wool instead. So as my sheep fortune grows, so will my actual fortune, I guess. And I really need to do something about this storage system, I hate it. But for now, I think manually shearing will also work just as well. So I'm just going to turn all of the wool that I have into wet wool. And now this thing right here, it's also got to go. But I'm going to collect all of these leaves because I just think that they're cool. I like how it's 18 for one, and then 1 for 1. That is just a scam. The reason I got them though, is because they have a chance of being able to sell green stuff. And I need to get rid of some of this cactus. This right here, in the middle of everything, it's also very ugly. So I am just going to release them. I think that these guys really want a bed, so what if I just take the bed away from them? And now it is time that I make a better crop farm. Are you trying to kill me? Now iron golems are spawning here. You know what? He shall stay here. He shall protect them. Now I think I need to expand that slime farm storage a bit. This looks a little bit better. Should hopefully last longer. I'm just going to work on evening out this giant platform. But you know what? This thing here, it's got to go. I can fill in this part with cobblestone. Oh goodness. I just came back and my pickaxe broke. Thankfully it wasn't the main one though. Now I think I can expand this vine farm a little bit. And then for now, I'm just going to keep the snow golem farm over here. Now we can plant some pumpkins and melons. Now I have to get a little bit more dirt, which means another trip to the gold farm. And then now I can expand the crop area. Here we go, this looks pretty decent. And now I want to make a basalt farm. But to do that, you need soul soil, which I do not have. I tested it out and it does not work with soul sand. So yeah, I have to use soul soil. But I have an idea of how to get it. And I think if you mine soul campfires, it does give soul soil? Yeah. Okay. So there we go, it works. Now I'm going to put it right next to the cobblestone farm. Now it's a quick trip to the ice farm. Then I can craft a bunch of blue ice. And then I can just add lava. And it should turn, yeah, there we go. And now I have basalt. But now it is time that I make a new gold farm. And this one will be so much better. I have now mined a bunch of stone. Hopefully that's enough blocks. So I'm gonna mine up all of this packed ice. It is time to start building the farm. So the first thing I have to do is tear this old platform down. And then now I'm gonna bridge out with this ice. Oh wait, are we friends? Oh, nope, we're not friends, not friends. Get out of here. One thing I am scared for are spear pigments. So this fairy block right here is going to be the one that we'll start on. Now I have to make a 7x8 rectangle. Now I have to make a giant square out of these slabs. And then now I have to fill it all in. I just realized I've built this all on the wrong level. I put most of this all on the right level, but stuff is already spawning. So I'm going to go and get a gold helmet before anything happens. I finished the main platform. Now I have to add these 6x6 squares. I have to add these walls in the corners. I don't know why. Apparently it's for like pathfinding. And then now starts the spawn proofing process.
But wait, this is a little bit fast paced, isn't it?
Wait, what was that? You want a longer version of this video where I go into more detail and you can learn more about what I did with this farm and my struggles with it? Well, that's perfect, because I actually have a different video that's more in depth than this one. That's right, in between each of these 100 days will be mini episodes where I will go more in depth into the topics of what I do. So yeah. If you want, after you're done watching this, go check out that video. Or don't. Whatever. Do whatever you want. I just have to make the middle platform. So the plan is that I'm going to be able to go up here. And then I'm going to, on that layer, I'll add a bunch of slabs I can just run on top of. And now I'm going to have to make a place that's like down. So you know what? We're bringing out the old strategy again. Oh, dang it. Okay, I got 2 of them. Oh my goodness. Where's Pigman? Okay, that did not work. Okay, I got all 3 of them, so that's good enough. Unfortunately, this has to be very specific, otherwise, not be good. All the pig boys would fall down, and I would die. Okay, so I'm gonna make this thing to go up. Alright, so, is it ready? I think it might be ready. This guy's the nearest piglin, so, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, they're all coming. Oh yeah, the spear. Yeah, I don't know how to solve that spear issue. Okay, yeah, that's ridiculous. Okay, I got it. I got a working gold farm. Some of them just stop being mad, but really I don't think that's an issue. But I just have to go up, and since no guests, I should be fine up here. Just gonna sit here for a few minutes and just see what happens. I can't go up here for some reason. Okay. Oh my goodness, what on earth was that? So yeah, here we go. I guess it's the best we're gonna get. So I'll leave these boots here and let's get out of here. I now have almost 2 stacks of gold ingots. That's pretty good, I'd say. While this might take a little while, I'll barter away all of this gold in hopes of getting a little bit more blackstone. Now I have to duplicate a ton of dirt.
Now all of this is just me trying to build a giant cactus from the cactus farm, but I'm not going to show you it because it sucked and it was bad. But I am going to show you this one clip because I almost lost all of my vines forever.
This vine farmhouse, what? I'm like destroying everything. I almost just... Dude, that would have been it if I destroyed that last block.
Yeah, if I destroyed that last block, that would have been it for vines unless a wandering trader came with vines again, which is not very likely.
You know what, does that even look like cactus? I don't think it does. That's 10 minutes of my life I will never get back. I need to do something about this, man. This is terrible. So I'll just expand this out a bunch. So once I go down here, I think I'm gonna change it to a mix of like quartz and something else. And now I've got this giant place to work with like sorting and stuff. So I say that it is back to the gold farm we go, just to get some more blackstone. Alright, I have a good amount of gold, I think. I've now got over 2 stacks that I can barter away. Pretty good haul of blackstone. But now I'm going to try and figure out what I could use for the walls of this thing. You know, do I even want it to be automatically sorted? I don't think I even do. I don't think it's worth it, so they can have it branch off into different categories. Yeah. Okay, I think that could work. So I'm just gonna see how this works. I've come up with this design and I think it looks pretty good. It went off into 6 categories. Wood and stone, other blocks, mob drops, farming and agriculture, tools, weapons, and armor, and ores and redstone. If I need to, I can add more. Anyway, I've run out of blackstone again, but I say that this looks pretty good. And I think that I'm not going to be able to finish this in the 200 days, but I've always got the 300 days video. So now it is another trip to the gold farm. Now the mending villager went here, you kidding me? I really hope that he does not die. So I'm not sure where my mending villager went, but he's somewhere. I have a feeling he might have fallen off through the trapdoor. I got another stack and I guess that's the best we're gonna get. Now all of this blackstone can make so much slabs.
And now it is back to working on the storage system.
I have now run out of grind obsidian. And now it is time to actually mark all of them, but I do need to mine just a little bit more trees. Now it's time to start the sorting process. Now I think I have to take all of my mob stuff first because that is what takes up a lot of storage. I've decided that I'm going to put all food in agriculture also. I just realized I can now put this unfinished armor stand back. It is now day 200, so I do not have much time left to still have the first ever wooden pickaxe I made. You know what? I think I'm done organizing for now.
But now, all I need is some closure.
I just want to find out where the mending villager went. Because last time I checked, he went through the portal. But I'm afraid that he is gone. Yeah, I think because all mobs think that you can walk on trapdoors, he might have fallen off. Salute to the mending villager. Now I think it is just time for more cleanup. Then it can expand the vine farm a little bit. Now I feel like this part in the cactus farm, it is not safe. It is nothing that some railings cannot fix. Now I have to figure out a way to get this guy out. Then I can breed some more pigs. Now I just want to check how this farm has been doing. I saw that an entire double chest. Again, there's really no way to turn this farm off. It's just kind of exists. One thing I do want to figure out eventually is how to get more redstone. Wait a minute, so if this guy connected to that bed, that means the other one's dead. Oh my goodness, that's unfortunate. Are you kidding me? Which villager is this? You know what, you're gonna live there forever. All of my villagers are stupid. But now I think the only thing left is the sign. That's right, I'm carrying over the tradition. I think that's only fitting that I make the sign out of iron and slime. And look at that. That is beautiful. And now it is basically midnight, and I think that that is a great end to the video. And we'll finish up the storage system in 300 days.
So with the story of how I survived 200 days in Skyblock over,
I'll see you guys in the next one.